So, I wanted to share something. So, a few months back, it was really hard, and I recorded this part already, but I can't figure out how to put the audio in the video. So, I'm just gonna go over it. I transcribed it, and then I'm just gonna tell y'all what I said. But most nights I like to read the Bible to my kids. If I didn't, I'm like very overstimulated and it is time for bed. Embarrassing bears are gonna do it for me. But for most of the time, I read the Bible. And a couple months ago, we were reading the epistles. The epistles are Paul's letters to the church or different churches. And during this particular time, I was experiencing some suffering. It was a very, very hard season for me. And we were reading Philippians. And so in Philippians, my Bible breaks it down into 4 different sections. And it was joy in suffering, joy in serving, joy in believing, and joy in giving, I believe. And I'm reading it, and my son, it's just got so many questions tonight. And I'm like getting frustrated because I'm already in a tough season and trying to navigate it. And I just want to read the Bible so you can go to sleep. So I can go to sleep. Or I can at least have like that hour of scroll time or whatever it is. And he just kept asking me questions. And he said to me, how do you have joy in suffering? Like, if you're upset, Mom, like, how do you have joy if the devil takes it away? And immediately, I'm like, the devil can't take anything from you. And at this point, I am realizing that this is a conversation that I have been avoiding having with the Holy Spirit in our quiet time because I'm upset. I'm upset I'm in this season. I'm upset I'm going through what I'm going through. I am upset that I am suffering in this way. And I realize that my son is asking like the very questions that the Holy Spirit is like, I've been wanting to talk to you about that, so let's just do it now. And one thing about me is that I'm always going to be very open with my kids. Like, if they ask a question, I'm going to get a very honest answer. Does that lead us into a trail of a bunch more questions? Yes. Do I be falling down rabbit holes with my kids? Absolutely, but that's another video for another time. But this specific time, he asked me, how can you have joy when the devil takes it? And I told him the devil can't do anything to you. He can't take away something he didn't give you. And I told him, like, you find joy in God. Like, God gives you joy. Like, it is a fruit of the Spirit. And I am literally like in answering this question while the Holy Spirit is answering this question through me to answer to my child, but also it's ministering to me because I was not okay. I was not okay, and I did not have joy, and I did not want to have joy. Not only did I not have joy, and I was suffering, and I was upset, and it was unfair, but I didn't want to. Like, I didn't even want to try. I wanted the Lord to tell me why, and I needed an answer. And this was just the perfect time for the Holy Spirit to get to me, to minister to me while I answer my son's question. And I just knew, like, in that moment that it was nothing but God because I'd been wandering because of the suffering. And I just explained to him that when we go through things, the Bible tells us to count it all joy. As I'm reading Philippians to him, where Paul has wrote this letter to the church of Philippi. Yes. And he's in jail. He's in jail. Like, probably was beat before being in there or tortured or whatever. But he's in jail. And he says to count it all joy and to suffer well. and to have joy in your suffering. And it's so hard to do that in the midst of suffering. It is so hard to count it all joy. And the only reason I am making this video now, right, sort of on the other side of what I was suffering with, but the fire I was in. But at the time, I was so hurt. I was not suffering well. I was not reading my Bible and encouraging myself. I think the most times I was reading my Bible was probably with my kids. I might have been still journaling, but not necessarily reading it and encouraging myself and counting it all joy and suffering well. I wasn't. I just wasn't. And when you deep in the valley, it's so hard. But when you in the fire, it is so good to have community. It is so good to have friends in the fire. It is so good that in this moment that I'm experiencing, that I experienced, and I'm telling you all about answering this question for my son, the Holy Spirit was like, oh, you don't want to talk to me? I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to have your son ask you a question, and knowing you're going to answer it, and you are going to minister to yourself. I'm going to minister to you through you. And he sees us in the valley. He sees us in the fire. He knows exactly how to get you. And when I tell y'all, I told my baby, we had this discussion about how the devil only can suggest things in whispers, but it is up to us to choose to have joy. It is up to us to count it all joy. It is up to us to make sure that we take our authority and say, I may be going through this bad thing, but I'm not going to allow you to take my mind or have my emotions or spiral into something else. You can't. No, you can't. And I finished reading Philippians, and I was bawling, like tears. Just, just bawling. Because one, God hears me, sees me, and even the things I don't bring to him, deep in my heart, he addresses. And I feel like a big part of coming out of that fire and that moment was having that conversation with my son. And it really drew me back into being more grounded and rooted in my relationship with Christ, with reading my Bible, with sitting and having my alone time, and just getting back to the things that I need in order to be able to count it all joy, which is sitting in the presence of God. And so I just wanted to share that because maybe somebody is in the fire, in the valley, and you're not suffering well. And it's hard to suffer well. But I can promise you one thing, you are not suffering alone. That he hears you, that God hears you, that he sees you, and that he cares about what you are feeling. I would implore you to find some community, some friends in the fire that have the faith for you to borrow when you don't have any.